Hey everybody, it's Chris Sovey with HealthyConsumer.com. In this short video, we're going to discuss how you can use the time that you're sleeping to improve your posture. Be sure to check back every Monday and Wednesday for more health empowerment videos and also product reviews on products that can enhance your health. I'm a physical therapist and registered nurse by training, and one of my biggest interests is in improving posture because so much dysfunction that we see chronically is related to posture. And just in my own personal life, I've had so many struggles with posture myself, and over the years, as particularly over the last couple years, because of the herniated discs in my thoracic spine from a traumatic accident, I've had to work very hard at that, and I've looked into this deeply. So now I'm hoping that I can pass some of this information on to you in hopes that it might help you. I'm a big fan of efficiency and using the time that we have to get the most out of things such as sleep. So I don't have a peer-reviewed double-blinded study for what I'm about to show you. This is based on my own experiences working with clients and just thinking about mechanically what's going on with the body. So when we're in a sleep state, we want it to be as restful and restorative as possible. And I think that if you can place the body in a natural position that's not hindered by poor pillows or poor posturing, you'll get a much more restorative sleep, and you wake up feeling a lot less stiff and possibly even improve your posture. It's what I've noticed. I do need to make a disclaimer that, of course, with anything like this, you always want to speak with a healthcare provider first. This probably wouldn't be appropriate for someone with any type of severe spinal trauma that's acute, or any stenosis probably wouldn't work as well. But be sure to check with your healthcare provider before trying this out. I'm going to go ahead and change into some more comfortable clothes because we're mostly going to be lying down for this one. So part of my training as a physical therapist, and with my background in Pilates as well, is the use of props. I use these both in exercise and positioning and just for relaxation poses, and of course this is done in yoga as well. So I'm going to show you how you can use props when you're sleeping. I spent hundreds of dollars when I first started getting into searching for the perfect pillow, and honestly the perfect pillow for me and for a lot of back sleepers and side sleepers is just a towel roll. If you just have a comfortable towel that's soft and roll it up, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So when we're thinking about sleep, we want to have our spine in the most natural curvature that's going to fit your body. So looking at the spine, we have an inward curve on your low spine that slopes in, and then that would be called your lumbar lordosis, and then it's going to turn back the other way, which would be called a thoracic kyphosis. And then when you get up to your neck region, it's going to scoop back in again, and that would be called a cervical lordosis. So we want to support those curves, and we can do that using towels and pillows. So I'm going to show you how you can go about doing that, and I've perfected this and revised this and continue to add on more pieces. So I'll show you the basic setup, and then I'll show you some modifications that you can use depending on if you're sleeping on your back or on your side. I think this works best if you can sleep on your back. If you're a back sleeper, this is going to be optimal for you. If you're a side sleeper, part of it will work. But honestly, sleeping on your back for most people, unless you're obese, is going to be the best position for supporting the natural curvature of the spine. One other thing I should mention is the mattress too. Mattresses are a very personal thing, but I found for most people to support the spine, a firm to medium firm mattress is usually going to be the most beneficial. If you're too soft and you're getting deep into the memory foams, you're actually going to lose those curvatures, and you're going to fall out of your lumbar lordosis, and you're going to make more of a C shape in your spine depending on how soft the foam is. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can set up these props to support your posture and get a more restful sleep. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 towels and a pillow. Starting with 2 is going to be more for beginners, and then adding in the third towel is going to be for the thoracic spine, the mid spine. and to help. And at first that takes some getting used to. So I'm going to show you. Let's start with some towel rolls here. I'm going to pick this one for the head. We're going to take the towel and we're just going to fold it hot dog style there. I'm going to place it up on the bed. This isn't going to be perfect. That's okay. You can adjust. And then we're going to roll the towel up to make a roll to support the neck. Okay. Now, this is going to go along the curve of the neck and your head is going to rest here. And then you can adjust it depending on how big of a neck you have. And it stays pretty well once you get it there in that place. And one thing to note too is how tight the back of your neck is. You can take this towel roll and you can fold it over. And that's also a nice modification for side sleepers, because you want to be able to support the head when, for instance, I'll show you right now. If I am lying down on my back, then this is going to cradle my head and put me in a neutral position. Now, I can always fold this up here, support it if you need more. And this is going to keep me in that neutral open position instead of some pillows are going to have you more here or more here. There's just, you can't get quite the right amount there. I don't think it's necessary to spend a fortune on pillows anymore because this works really well. But if I'm going to turn onto my side to cradle the neck, I have to give myself an extra fold because my head is going to go over that way. And sometimes, you know, you might even need that much. Enough to get that gap on the side of your neck equal with your shoulder. Well, there's some modifications for that. We're going to start there. Now we're going to add in the second roll. Okay, so I scooted up the first roll. Now the first roll was supporting that cervical lordosis, that inward curve that we were talking about. This roll is going to support the lumbar lordosis, the low back curve, and this would be creating a neutral pelvis, which is a term from Pilates, and just basically going to support the curve of the low back. So I'm just going to estimate, I'm going to put it right about there, is usually about where I need it. So we have these two gaps here. This is supporting the inward curve, the small of your back, and then this is supporting your head up here, and that of course can be adjusted, and you can do all this for a couple bucks, and it's going to be very supportive for your body. Now I'm going to show you with the third roll here. This would be a little more advanced. This would be if you want to help open your chest, if you're forward a lot, if you have a desk job. We're going to use a third roll, which you can do one of two ways. You can do a hot dog style fold, and then again the same thing. So I did it twice. I folded it and then I folded it again. And then we can put it here. You can tuck it under the lumbar roll there, like so. Sometimes, if you want it even more intense, you can come here, and the lumbar rolls there. And when you're lying on that, it's going to open your chest and your midsection a little more. You could also take the towel, open it up. My wife's Hello Kitty towel here. Open it up like so, and then you could do a half fold in towards the center there. Hey, I never said I was a very good towel folder, but here's another alternative. You could come there, and you could come here, and in like so. And that might cradle the paraspinals a little more, the midsection of your spine, those muscles running straight down the center, although I don't like that one as much. So I'm going to go back to the other one. Okay, so here's the complete setup. The cervical roll, the mid roll to support, or the mid fold to support the thoracic mid spine, and then the pelvis is just going to roll over this. And then I placed a pillow down at the end here to give me just a little bit of hip flexion to support that. So I'm going to lie down, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So I'm lying down. I made some small adjustments. I have the pillows under my knees here. The lumbar roll is right under the small of my back there, so it's just helping my pelvis to fall over that roll, take me out of a posterior
or backwards tilt of my pelvis, that we would be in like a lazy boy chair and we get in that slump forward position. The middle fold that's laying straight in the center of my spine is helping to give a little upward pressure into my spine to help open up the chest and put me into a little bit of extension of my mid spine. So that's helpful for a lot of postural reasons, and I actually believe that this has helped me improve my posture just by sleeping. Whereas before, if I got into a side posture and my hips were all flexed in, you get in a little bit into the fetal position, which is so common for side sleepers, then we're actually not helping the posture at all. And so this is a more open posture. I think for starters, I would start with the lumbar roll and the cervical roll, and those are pretty easy to get used to. But then the mid fold takes a little bit more getting used to, takes some time, but it does help to open up the posture, and you can build that up or as little as you want and just work your way up more as you go. And so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and commenting and just being active on the page. Check back every Monday and Wednesday. I'm going to start doing some product reviews on Wednesdays. And like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time viewing one of my videos. And comment below. And I just appreciate all the listening and everything that you guys have done. So be sure to have a wonderful day and ask away any questions you might have. Have a good one.
Wait, that snoring noise was my dog in the background. I apologize about that, but this is Candy. She says hello.